Hello, World Doll Day enthusiasts. I'm Elizabeth Anne Coleman, and I'm back again with 2 Turkish Delights. I hope you'll think they're as wonderful as I do. They've been in the Coleman Collection now for, oh my goodness, probably 6 decades. They came out of a wonderful New England collection. Everybody thinks that New England collections were wonderful. Well, I'm here to tell you that in their day, they really were wonderful. And there was a pair of collectors who have left us with wonderful items. They both wanted their dolls to go back out into the public domain, and the series from the collector that I got these dolls from had 5 sales of her items, and each sale was balanced and wonderful, and you saved up your money for it for years, 2 years, because it was about 2 years between the sales, but lasted over a decade. And these were items that you dreamed about. The dolls, when they came up, the Colemans could only afford one, and we came home with the man. We knew the person who got the woman, and we made a pact that we would make sure that the other one got the doll from whoever was disposing of it, so that they could be brought back together, because they are so wonderfully colorful and wonderfully unique. They're so wonderful and unique because we can tell from their costume that they're Turkish. But beyond that, we can tell that they're urban Turks. They are not rural Turks, they're urban Turks, and they are wearing the costume of mid-19th century inhabitants of the city of Istanbul, then Constantinople. So these dolls started out life where so many of our dolls from that period came from: Germany, Rodnertal area. The dolls migrated, were dressed locally in Constantinople. The dolls are layers of treat upon treat after treat. If you look at them, you can see instantaneously that both of them have the same wonderful traditional Turkish fabric, the silk ikat, which is a very complicated weave where the warp and the weft are dyed specifically to match up when woven, to give you the pattern and the fabric. Now she has a turban and he has a turban, but they're both wound in very different ways, and underneath his turban is the cap, while hers is just the layers of cotton. But hers is around a wig, and her wig extends into the most amazing human hair braids in the back. Now, as I turn the doll, you're going to say, oh, but those braids don't look like they're human hair. No, that's silk braid or twist going into the covering, which looks like it's hair. But underneath, we have her real hair braids, which are held down by brass tassels. Now, can you imagine wearing brass tassels? And I can tell you that these have considerable weight on the doll size. So can you imagine what the weight of this would have been pulling on your skull during the day? Now, her garments are a short jacket, which is of red wool over, oops, what fell? Oh, the false braids over a woven silk ontari, which is this long gown. And then she has a sash, which is embroidered, and this flat metal thread pierces the cotton fabric. As you can see, usually that's couched down, but in this case they're using the thread piercing the fabric. And then underneath that, she's got her Turkish trousers, which when you open them up are probably going to be that a rectangular form of about that size, all gathered up on a drawstring at her waist. Now his clothes are not quite as elaborate as hers, but are similar in material. Again, he's got the long robe of the red wool, and then he has a short jacket with a sash, and then the ikat, and then his Turkish trousers are of a dark navy blue wool. So these are just incredible documents of Turkish urban costume of the mid-19th century. And I hope you've enjoyed exploring these two dolls from head to toe, outside in.
Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button.